All right. Hopefully it's working. We'll see. I see the little like circle that's like turning, turning, turning. Okay. Okay. I think it's live. We will see. Um, I'm not really sure. Like I said, I'm figuring this out. This is the first time I've done this live thing on Facebook with this new version. Like I've done an older version, but this new version is so weird. Anyway, all right. So hopefully, if anyone is on Facebook, I can't even really see what's going on. So as far as like people on Facebook, so if you are on Facebook, if you could send me a little like something, like just let me know that you're there because I'm not seeing anything. That doesn't mean that it's not going live, but I'm not totally sure. Anyway, all right, I'm going to just keep going since we've got folks already on Facebook. Oh, yay. Okay, thank you. I am all right. So we're good on Facebook. This is fantastic. Thanks, Jane. You're doing a dual thing for me. You're the best. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay, so first of all, this is a huge, huge thing that I want to share. And I'm sorry, I'm going to kind of bounce back and forth between Facebook, looking at Facebook and looking at Instagram. And today's a really big day. And the reason it's a big day is because it is my youngest son's 17th birthday. Yes, so a huge happy birthday to Carson. Mwah, I love you, Carson. You know, it's interesting because, you know, with everything that's going on, I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about the things that we're like completely overwhelmed and absorbed with constantly. But for those of you who know me, which there are quite a few of you who know me on here, and then a few who don't know me personally, I recently moved to Florida and was supposed to go back to Virginia for a sold out retreat in the Outer Banks, which was super exciting. That was a couple weekends ago, and then was going to be in town this week for stay. And amazing that all of these things happened, and I wasn't able to make the trip back. I'm sorry, I just got a message from someone saying she can't find me. I don't know what to tell her. I'll just refresh the page. Anyway, so it's interesting that, you know, in this will obviously be the first birthday that I've ever missed of my son's. And it's, you know, I think an interesting time for all of us where there are so many things that are happening in our life that are first, you know, and to really just lean into that. And while there's a little like heaviness and sadness in my heart that I'm not with him today, I'm able to approach him and this day in a very different way, where I see there is a gift in it. There's more of an appreciation for him and for our time together when we are together, and, you know, being able to connect in a different way. So I'm just looking for the little bright spots and all the stuff that's going on right now. So anyway, happy birthday to Carson. For anyone who has not seen some of my past videos and things that I've shared about kind of my mindset right now for this time as an intermission, as a time between Act 1 and Act 2. So Act 1 is the time before all of this craziness and this chaos that's happening currently in our lives, where life was normal. And then Act 2 is life after this, because there will be a period of time after this period of time, which is our intermission, where things will get back to a new normal, where things will feel different and we will be different. If we approach this time as an intermission, like imagine if you were at the theater and there was an Act 1 and then they have an intermission. Everyone gets up, you go to the bathroom, you grab a drink, you talk with people you're with, you talk to people that everyone's like mingling, maybe resting up a little bit. We're talking about, oh, what's going to happen next? What's going to be Act 2 like? Oh, hi, Chloe. It's one of those situations where if we take this time in that mindset, where we are thinking and approaching this phase of our lives, this moment in time in history, as an intermission. We're always going, we're always doing. Everyone is in like hyperdrive all the time. And this has really pretty much forced everyone to slow down, to really simplify, to take stock of what's important, to understand the value of friendships and relationships. Even the people that have challenged you in your life may have a completely new, you might have a new perception of them. They may be offering you something that you didn't see about yourself, as most relationships are. Oh, hi, Marie on Facebook. So, it's really an opportunity for us to approach life differently and to really go within. So, as most people, oh, hi, Audra, my sister's on too. Yay. So as this time goes on, and since we don't know when the actual end of this is going to be, if we can take this time to really reflect and to tune into what's really important to us. And I've got loads of resources already that I've shared, as well as some stuff that I'm going to be sharing coming up. This whole week was all about gifts. So I gave a gift on Monday. It was basically, I asked some people to share what's going on in their life in a few sentences, and also to explain to me why they would like a soul contract reading. And a soul contract reading is essentially a way for you to tap into your inner self and have a better understanding of who you are spiritually and physically, to understand what your challenges are in this life and why they're showing up for you, to have a better sense of what your gifts and talents are and how they support you in achieving your goals. And your goals are things that bring you joy, they bring you fulfillment, they make you feel like you're really in tune with who you are. And then there's an overarching theme of soul destiny. And your soul destiny is really about, that's a lifelong theme. That's something that shows up over and over and over again for you, that, that you're able to, have a better understanding, and you're able to navigate the challenges that show up in life a lot more easily. So welcome to all the folks who've just popped on. Thank you so much for being here. So with the soul contract, so this is a big thing. So this is something I learned that I experienced a few years ago, and I have now learned this modality myself. I'm still learning as I go along. And oh, I don't know what just happened to my video. Hang on a second. On Facebook, it just went off. Let me see if I can switch it again. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. Things are going wonky over here. Anyway, so back to the soul contract reading. So with the soul contract reading, it really enables you to be able to navigate the challenges in your life with a lot more grace and ease. So you're still going to have challenges. There's still going to be stuff that triggers you, that activates you, that gets you stirred up. You're still going to be pissed about things, but you're able to flow through that a lot more easily because you understand why these things are coming up and how to approach the situation from a different perspective. So I want to announce the winners of the soul contract readings. And the winners of the soul contract readings are Jennifer Alves from Virginia and Joe Halcrow from London, England. And I will be reaching out to both of you in the next day or so with information about what you need to do to redeem your soul contract reading. So congratulations to them. Okay, and then on Tuesday, the gift was a new moon manifestation pack. So it's basically like creating magic in your life using the power of the new moon on Tuesday. And that can, you can still use that anytime. That's all on my website. Also, you can download that for free. On Wednesday, I showed some mudras. This was one. You can go and find out more. There was another one, actually another two, where you're basically just taking your fingers like an OK symbol, and whether you're pointing them down or up, there are different energies related to that. And then just like a little trick that you can do with your eyes. That's another mudra that really gets you out of your head, oddly enough. So there's a really extensive video on my blog that shares the specifics on that. On Thursday, I shared a heart-centered meditation. It's one just to kind of bring you back to your center, to just calm your nervous system, to to really give you a sense of peace and calm. It's a really beautiful one, and it's super short, which is great. It's only about 6.5 minutes. And that is actually, I put that in podcast form. So there's a link on my blog, but you can also go to all the outlets, Apple Podcasts and Anchor and Spotify, Stitcher, all of them have it. And then today, I have another gift for you. So, couple things. So I will be releasing more journal packs as we go. So today I'm releasing, it's a set of journal prompts for a week. And essentially, shoot, I meant to print one out so I could show you what it looks like, but I'll share some stuff maybe later on different platforms, a picture of it with some more information. But it's essentially a sheet that's going to have several things, 3 questions on it for each day. What brings you joy? What are you grateful for? And there's like a prompt for each day that's different. So each one of the prompts that's different will also be related to something that day. And then there's like a little quote that tends to reflect the energy of the day and for you personally. So no matter, you can download all of them at the same time. And if you already have a journal practice, then I recommend obviously continuing with that, but then you can print them off for the week and then pull one out whenever it feels good, whenever it feels like that's what you need and that's what you would like to, to bring a little bit more in for yourself. Like you always know, you're always guided to the right thing. So I will be releasing that tomorrow. So that will be really fun. And then I thought another thing that would be really cool is if anyone's been following me lately, hi, Tori. If anyone's been following me lately, you will know that I've been sharing cards every day. So from a deck called Peaceful Calm. Well, today I would like to share a card from a different deck. It's the Wisdom of the Oracle. It's one that I use in a lot of my workshops. For anyone who's attended any of my Soulful Life workshops, it's one that I use personally fairly regularly for guidance. And I've also used this deck for some of the weekly card readings that I've done in the past. So I'm just going to do one today for all of us that are here together, just connecting into our energy. There we go. I'm just going to clear the cards. Just kind of tuning right now. I'm just tuning into everyone's energy, where everyone is right now, settling my energy because I'm super excited to be here with you guys. And I'm just going to ask for a message for all of us for today. Like, what do we need to know? And the way I do this is I usually just shuffle the cards. And then when I feel guided to stop, I stop. I typically pull a card off the top of the deck, but sometimes cards decide they're going to jump out and they will let me know that this is what's important for us all to know collectively. And I'm feeling like I'm shuffle just a little bit more. I'm not quite ready yet. All right, I think this is the card for us today. Fork in the road. So here we go for Instagram. Fork in the road for Facebook. So if you can see this card, it's kind of a cool card, and it's one that's come up quite a lot in some of the readings that I've done for, not so much for myself, maybe every now and then for myself, but it's come up a lot for my clients and for friends that I've done readings for. And essentially, a fork in the road is all about, what it sounds like. It's about a choice, and I think that's where we are right now. We're at a fork in the road. We've got different choices. We can decide which way we want to go based on what's presenting to us right now. And the cool thing about this card too is, I don't know if you can see this, there's an owl. An owl is all about wisdom. I'm going to show my Instagram folks too. If you can see the owl on the back of the, I'm assuming that's like a llama sort of creature. There's also like a monkey, which I kind of think about as like a monkey mind, how our our mind just like bounces around and it's all over the place all the time. And right now we're likely in that place where our mind is going in a million different directions, and hopefully it's not going in a million different fear-based directions or lack directions. It's really a time for us to go within, to center ourselves, to go realize that we have all of the wisdom and knowledge in us already, and then decide which way we want to go. The other cool thing about this card is it's number 13. And, you know, from a numerological standpoint, if you add 13 together to a single digit, it's the number 4. And this year is a 4 year. 4 is about building foundations. It's about laying the groundwork for the future, for the upcoming year, for the upcoming decade. And how perfect that we're in a foundational year in 2020, the beginning of the decade. Right now, we're being given an opportunity to have a sense of what direction we want to go in, have a sense of what sort of foundation we want to build for ourselves, and do it. You know, not to diminish or discount all of the, you know, the struggles and the hardships that people are facing. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm not talking about the material part of the world. I'm talking about your inner world, the grace that you have within. Yeah, so a pretty cool card. I'll take a picture of this later and post it online with a little bit more information about that. And then one final surprise that I have for everyone today is I did a course, and it was a series of workshops, and I turned it into actually an ebook called De-Stress for Success, Strategies to Stress Less. And it's on Amazon. And I set it up based on the struggles of teens. So when my second oldest and, oh, hi, Cindy. I'm so happy you're here on Facebook. When a couple of my kids were in high school, there was, in our particular place where we lived in Loudoun County in Virginia, there was a real serious issue with kids with depression, anxiety, and suicide. And it was really a really trying time. And the kids were really struggling with coping with the stress and anxiety of life as a teen, especially in a really fast-paced place like the Washington, D.C. metro area, but also coping with the loss of friends and people that they know, whether they knew them personally or not. So I really felt strongly about seeing what ways we could, what options were out there for kids for support, that they could come together in a different way. And there was really not much of anything. So I created the De-Stress for Success program, and which ultimately became an ebook. And I realized that with a few little tweaks, all of the strategies in that workshop and in that book were things that I did personally, that were the things that I tried for myself to bring my stress level down, to see if I could find a way to navigate like really challenging times and things that were happening in my life that were really, really tough. So, so it was basically like, you know, I beta tested on myself and then distilled these down into, you know, some very actionable things. So the way it was structured was each week I would introduce a new strategy. You would try it on for a week and then see how it felt. So I thought this might be a really great opportunity to do that as well in like a workshop webinar sort of format. So if you're interested in that, I've set up a place for you to sign up if you're interested in joining that. And what I'm going to do is we're going to be starting this next Friday. I will be sending links out to anyone who wants to join. I will likely do it on Zoom, so you can be anonymous, so you don't have your name or your picture there. If you would prefer to use a pseudonym, that's totally fine. If you want your video on and you want your name there and you want to engage, you totally can, but you don't have to. You could just pop in and check it out. And if you go to, I wasn't really sure where to send everybody, but if you go to my retreats page, because I'm kind of approaching this like an at-home retreat. So if you go to SoulGlowRetreats.com, there's a little box where you can enter your email, and that'll sign you up, and that will also put you on it'll put you on my list for that. You might get an automated reply that says something about the retreats. That's just the way I have it set up for now, because like I said, as you saw earlier, I'm not super tech savvy, kind of fumbling and bumbling my way through. But if you go there, you'll also get a free Soul Glow journal pack, which is also really fun. So just another little gift for you. And I hope you join the webinar, because I think it would really, it's really helpful to be able to to maybe learn something new from someone else. And I would love any feedback that you all have. Like, what is it you would like to see more of? What else could I do a webinar on? I have a few other ideas. One is about, your ability to get into alignment with yourself. I keep talking about that, and, you may be like, okay, how on earth do I do that? Another idea I had was around happiness, like tuning into your happiness and the science behind happiness. There's a course that UC Berkeley put on a few years ago. It may still be active, that I took. Fantastic, where you really dig into the science behind happiness. So I was going to take some of the distilled down highlights from that course, along with some of the more out there woo-woo aspects of what I found to be a good way to tune into happiness, and put it all together for you. I don't know if that feels good. Hi, Allie on Facebook. And then just maybe some more meditations on getting comfortable with the unknown. Personally, in my life, I've had to really get comfortable with uncertainty and not knowing what's coming. Really getting comfortable with being alone. And I think all of us are feeling that a little bit, maybe not to the extent, the fact that I live alone makes a big difference, but, maybe some of you who are trapped in your house with your significant other or roommates or family, you're like, oh my gosh, to be by myself, that would be so amazing. But really, sometimes you do feel isolated, even if you are surrounded by people, and you do feel alone, and finding a sense of comfort and peace within yourself, no matter where you are, no matter who you're with. It's something we all have access to. It's just a matter of surrendering and leaning into that. So, all right, that's it. I appreciate all of you taking your time this morning to be with me. It really warms my heart. I love each and every one of you so much. Thank you. So much gratitude. And remember, we all learn from one another. And so please share whatever goodness and love you have my way. And hi, Keely. And that would be a great way for us to pay it forward and to embrace each other in this really unique and unusual time. It's an opportunity for us to really shift our lives in an unbelievable, positive and empowering and expansive direction. So wishing you all love. Have a fabulous day. As always, mwah. See you guys soon.